All right, let's begin. So the question is asking, what is the volume of a 20 centimeter pipe that is 450 meters long? Now, whenever I get questions like this, I like to just draw a little visual for myself and write all of the given information on the diagram. So I'm told that the length of this pipe is 450 meters long, and I'm also told that the pipe itself, the diameter is 20 centimeters, and they're asking for the volume. So immediately some things that I'm noticing is that the dimensions here are different. So we know that we're going to have to do some unit conversions, and we're also going to see that in our formula sheet, the volume that we're given for a pipe is pi r squared multiplied by the length. And something else that I'm seeing by looking at the formula sheet right here is that it is giving a formula in radius, but the question has given us the problem in diameter. So that's something else that I'm noting that we're eventually going to have to do. But the first thing I'm going to do before we get started is I'm going to convert my units to all be in meters. So the length is already in meters, which is good, but the diameter is in centimeters, so we're going to have to convert that. Now, a trick that I love to use when converting centimeters to kilometers or to meters is a trick that I learned a long time ago, and this is how you remember it. King Henry died, mother didn't care much. And what this is it's a really easy way to remember how to convert units. So the K is for kilometer, hectometer, decameter, this is just meter itself, centimeter, millimeter, and decimeter. And whenever you're converting a unit upwards, so for example, right now I'm going from centimeter to meter. Whenever you go up in this, you're going to be dividing, and whenever you go down, you're going to be multiplying. And every time you go up by a factor, it's going to be a factor of 10. So let me give you guys an example. So right now we know that we have a centimeter and we want to go to meter, so we're going to go up once, we're going to go up twice. So we know that we're going up, we know that we're going to divide, and we've gone up twice, so that's a factor of 2. So you can just remember every time you go up twice, it's 2, 0. If I was going from, let's say, centimeter all the way to kilometers, I would do the same thing. I would go once, twice, 3, 4, 5. I'd be dividing by 5 zeros. 3, 4, 5 zeros. So this is a really good trick that you can use whenever you're trying to convert units. So back to the problem. Again, we're going from centimeter to meter. We're going up once, twice, so that's 2 zeros, and we're going up, so I know that I'm going to have to divide. So I'm going to convert that right away. So I'm going to go 20 centimeters divided by 100, and we are going to get 0.20 meters. And this is perfect because now our unit for the diameter and our unit for the length is both in meters. Now, before we can just plug and play into the formula, we have one more thing that we need to fix, which is we are given the problem in diameters, but the formula that we're going to be using is in radius. So how do we convert the diameter to radius? Again, I'm a visual person, so I like to draw and kind of see what we're given. We're given the diameter. We know it's 0.20 meters, and our formula is radius. And radius, simply all it is, it's exactly half of the diameter. So looking at this visual, I know that I'm going to have to take my diameter and I'm going to have to divide it by 2 to get my radius, which in this case is 0.10 meters. Perfect. So now we have everything we need to plug and play into the formula. We have our radius, we're given our length, our units all are looking good. So let's go ahead and plug everything into the formula, and I'm just going to zoom out a bit and give us a bit more room to work with. So let's begin. So my formula, volume pi r squared multiplied by length. Now it's just good to memorize that pi is equal to 3.14. So we know that. We know our radius is 0.10 meters. And whenever I'm putting in units, whenever I'm putting in numbers into the formula, I'm always going to put in my units. Not only does this help us make sure we're converting all your units to be the exact same, but it also helps us remember what we're solving for and if we solve for the right thing. Our length, we were given in the problem, that's 450 meters long. Now, some people might ask, why am I using a dot? Later on, you might use this too. Dot or multiplication both mean the same thing. All right, so let's get back to it. I'm going to plug this in to my calculator, and I am going to get, let's plug that in, 14,137. Now again, in my calculator, I'm using the pi function that's given, which is 3.14159. This is a never-ending number. So if you are using 3.14159 and you're using your calculator's built-in pi function, you're going to get this answer. But if you're just putting in 3.14, your answer is going to be like 14.13. Now, what are my units? So we have meter squared here, and we have a meter here. And when you multiply that, you're going to be adding. So we have 2 and we have 1 here. If there's nothing up here, it means 1. So when we're multiplying, we're going to add these numbers. So 2 plus 1, that means we have meters cube. So that is my volume. Now, a lot of the times, the question may be multiple choice, and they may be asking for what is the volume in, say, liters. Now, to do that, this is something that you, again, are going to have to memorize. You have to know that 1,000 liters is equal to 1 meter cubed. So we're going to have to use some dimensional analysis to convert our answer into liters, which is fine. So our answer is 1437 meters cubed. We're going to use this as our dimensional analysis. I'm going to put the meter cube at the bottom, and I'm going to put the 1,000 liters at top. How do I know that this goes at the bottom? Well, when I put it at the bottom, it lets us cancel this unit out, and it leaves us with liters, and that's what we're looking for. So we end up getting liters as our final answer.